People of the internet, it is Thursday night. I am Mike. He is Brendan.
I am me.
He's him. He's him. I was just going to do the whole thing.
I'm sorry. You go ahead.
And just run with it. This is Two Dudes Wearing Hats. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you go to 2dwh.com. Like, subscribe, follow. Follow us on Instagram at Two Dudes Wearing Hats. Follow him at that dude named Brendan. Follow me at that dude named Mike. So, what's up, dude?
We should do that later. Those people I think that are here already know that. Maybe.
So we've done entire episodes and forgot to do that part.
We'll save that for the end.
And I was sitting here and the music was going. I was like, be ready, do it right, 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 do it right.
Well, it's like I also like that. I also like the end of the show when we get that cool overlay like this. That's thing. Nice. And I always forget to put that up, or you forget to put that up. I think it's a great way to go out.
I forget to put that up.
I'm going to get rid of it. There it goes. Okay.
So what's up?
Oh, not much. Sitting here. It is a big week for us FC Cincinnati fans. It is hell is real week here in Cincinnati. Our neighbors from the north are coming down. So I'm in my FCC gear. I've got myself my FCC glass here.
Okay.
My Death Star inside there.
I don't even know which glass I grabbed. I was in a little bit of a rush getting to the show. I was playing Mario Party with the family.
So you won't play Mario Party with me.
Don't make this about you.
This is about me.
Just because you're one half of it. Anyway, this is Roaming Man. Oh yeah, this is Roaming Man Rye Whiskey. This is actually from Sugarland Shine out of Gatlinburg, Tennessee. This is like, we make all this flavored moonshine, and then now we're going to try to make a straight rye whiskey. It was our first attempt at that, and they gave away rocks glasses. I will take corporate bottled produced moonshine over risking going blind in 2025. You can't trust. Here's the tangent that we go off on the show. You can't
give me a guy
anything
with a milk
nowadays.
Jug of apple pie shine.
You hear about people buying bags of weed and it getting sprinkled with like rat poison now and fentanyl and all of that stuff.
I'm buying bags of weed. But I'm buying moonshine off the guy that's got a gallon jug of apple pie.
I need
anything that could hurt you. That shine is killing if it's real good moonshine.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Speaking of things that won't kill you,
goes wrong.
A little bottle of bullet tonight to finish it off over my Death Star, and that's how I'm starting tonight's show.
I'm actually cracking open an airplane bottle of Early Times. Early Times bourbon whiskey.
Early Times. That's been a minute since I've had
chuck this over some ice. All right. So Early Times on the rocks.
Early Times on the rocks. I'm doing on the rocks as well. Lately I've been bourbon and Coke, but this glass is meant for a single pour.
Make sure you as well feel free to have a beverage, alcoholic or non-alcoholic. This is the only podcast show with a 3-drink minimum.
Yep.
Make sure, feel free, engage in the chat as well, whether you are on YouTube or on Twitch.
Or on drugs. No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa. Whoa.
You said on this, on that. I said that. I don't know. It fit. It was funny to me. No, if you're having a drink, let us know what you're having a drink of.
I've been not watching a lot of TV. I've been watching a lot of clips lately.
This week has been a lot of clips for me. I've been deep diving.
A lot of short clips. You and I have both dove down probably the same rabbit hole.
I think we're about to. Is this? Are we going to start with what I think is our main subject? I mean, Let's. Let me. Can I pull back the curtain for a second?
Sure. Tell them how the spaghetti is noodled. I try to make
Mike was late to the show. Mike was late to the show.
Yes. To answer that question, it does.
Sweet tea counts. Okay, yeah. We got non-alcoholic.
How was that late? The show started at 9.
Yeah, but I like to feel a little more prepared.
Are you realizing whose mouth those words are coming out of right now? You want to feel a little more prepared? Come on.
Who's the one with the list of subjects? Who's the one who? You want to see my notes for this week?
I've got notes as well. Yours that you gave me.
I'm going to show you my notes. Wait, no, I can't. I mean, I can, but it looks really stupid because I've got our show going as well.
Anyway, I was late. I
That's
was
a great story. That's about people's bodies that are lost in the ocean now with cannabis seeds, but you wouldn't let me talk about that. America's most boring cities. Oh, there's New Jack. We got all kinds of stuff.
Is that just, do you just copy and paste screenshots into a thread?
Yeah,
into like a notepad?
I have a notepad, and I like at the top I wrote down Xbox Rogue Ally, Ozzy's last show, Helldivers 2, and then anything where I find statistics on something, instead of copying the whole thing, I just put pictures into a thread. I'm prepared for you, bud. I want you to know I'm putting myself in for this.
No, I have notes. I have digital notes. I have notepads. You have like that's like a Goodwill Hunting-esque method of organizing your thoughts. You like, I have screenshots, and then I put a little phrase here, and then I put so basically you have like a Pinterest. You make a Pinterest page.
Yes.
For each episode, essentially, you're like, here's what we're gonna do this week.
I have a vision board for the show.
Oh my god!
And our vision never fucking comes to fruition.
A digital vision board. Now the website just needs to be a digital vision board of what we intend on talking about.
And we'll
and
see
that
how
way
subjects
you can hold us accountable for everything we don't, because we're gonna miss like 3/4 of them.
That's why we put the screen. That's why we put the banner down at the bottom for you guys, so you can call us out.
It's
you can be like, "Oh, I hope they talk about that." They probably won't, though. They'll forget.
So I was watching a lot of clips this week. I was watching a lot of clips from the same event, and I think you and I were both watching clips from Ozzy's / Black Sabbath's final show,
Birmingham, England, at Villa Park. Ozzy's last show, Back to the Beginning. I admittedly, and maybe I just missed it, did not get as much pre-hype as there has been post-hype, if you know what I mean.
I wouldn't tell you that I saw this. I knew about this for months. I didn't know about this for months. I actually saw like a Black Sabbath final tour like a few years ago. I went to one.
Yeah.
So I was under the impression that was done anyway. But now in retro, seeing the videos, you find out Ozzy really pushed for this as a final. Like, well, I want to go say goodbye.
This is his goodbye. He didn't want to go silently. I don't know if you heard the interview afterwards. Mm-hmm. That interview was, whew.
He essentially starts off by saying he's dying.
Yeah. No, that's and then talking about how the surgery was actually a mistake, and that was. I'll tell you what, though, his voice sounded good.
His voice always sounds good. The one thing he's never lost is the voice. And Ozzy has a very distinct voice. Ozzy has a very memorable voice, and it's gotten deeper. It got deeper in the late 80s into the 90s.
Yeah.
It was really raspy. He was really raspy in the early 80s. It got a little bit deeper.
If you haven't completely followed, he's been diagnosed with Parkinson's. They've done spinal surgery. He's not really able to walk, and so the whole show was done from a throne.
Well, what's cool about Ozzy's music too is, yes, he has the songs that he sings, but 90% of seeing Ozzy is just him going, "Go fucking crazy!" Like, you don't go to hear a perfect rendition of Crazy Train.
Oh, there were those great moments. Oh, he was.
Oh, absolutely.
He was still.
But you go to see him stand up and go, "Ah!" And he sat in the throne for like most of the performance.
Yeah.
It was really cool. There's a lot of clips coming out of that. There was a ton of super groups.
Oh, and man, everybody was there.
Were really interesting.
Who all did you see that was there? Pantera,
members of Metallica, members of Pantera.
Jason Momoa started
Jason Momoa was
during Slayer or something.
He was like some kind of like a host or something.
But he apparently had one of the big circle pits going and was they called him Mosh Pit Momoa.
Members of Anthrax were there.
Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses. Members of
Aerosmith.
There was the guy from Slipknot, the DJ. I don't know if he did anything, but he was there because he's engaged to Kelly Osbourne.
Well, he is now. That's another event that took place at Ozzy.
Yeah.
Did you see that clip?
Yeah, they got engaged backstage, and I would say though the
is that what he is? He's the DJ.
He's like the DJ guy in Slipknot. He's the guy. There's one guy behind turn tabling, there's another guy. He's more doing, and who is that? Who's doing more of the samples, the noises, the background sounds? Sid. Um, he's a vital part of the band because Slipknot is really not just about guitars and drums. They use a lot of ambient noise and samples to make things work. Orchestral sounds, yeah. So there was that, but I would say the star of the show, the person who I think I've seen the most clips of and the most information about, was Youngblood.
Admittedly, I wasn't that familiar with him.
I knew nothing about him before this.
But everybody kept saying the same thing. Have you seen his clip of him doing Changes? Have you seen
his performance of Changes? Is wild.
It's really good.
And where he stops and has the entire arena singing along. And
yeah.
You forget that that's a Sabbath song.
Right. No, 100%. I forgot that was a Sabbath song.
Yeah, you totally forget. You know the lyrics of that song, but you forget it's Sabbath.
Right. And what's the song when he? It was not that long. It was in the '90s, but like Dreamer. Is that the song I'm thinking of too that he did? He had another song, and I just remember the haunting video with all these like little children and stuff like that, and he's in the snow.
Ozzy, when I grew up listening to Ozzy, like as in high school, it was already 90s Ozzy, which was kind of cool, but wasn't like, you more just remembered 80s Ozzy, the guy who bit the head off the bat. For me, who Ozzy was growing up was the dude who ran Ozfest. Yes, he was Ozzy Osbourne from Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
I grew up, I went to like 7
but he
or 8
booked
years
all
of
of your
Ozfest
band's shows.
That's every band I grew up loving and worshiping and going and following and seeing, I probably discovered at an Ozfest, or at least they got on Ozfest and they were one of my destination bands. Like, I have to go see them. I'll never forget, there was a band called Shadows Fall. There's still a band called Shadows Fall. They just kind of did a reunion. I was really into them at the time, and me and some friends went to Ozfest in Columbus. You didn't know, it was before the internet was really, really hyping, where you could go and look up like, oh, what's the lineup going to be? You knew what bands were playing, but you didn't know the order until you got there. We walk in the front gate and we hear them start at a stage in the back. Like, it's clear, like, oh, because I had been there before. So I knew that the second stage we had to run to, and you walk in looking at the first stage. You're like, so if you hear a band, that means it's at the other stage, because the main stage didn't have a band on it. So I know it's Shadows Fall, and me and my friends are running full speed, knocking people out of the way. Like, and it's those kind of Ozfest memories.
Knocking people out of the way.
Well, no, I waited tables once in like 2002. I was waiting tables at Johnny Rockets. I had to wear the apron and the stupid suit and the hat.
Oh no shit! You had the little hat, boat hat.
Oh yeah. I wear. You dressed like a soda jerk. I looked like an absolute jerk. But I was waiting tables.
Excites me to know.
And then the drummer and bass player of a band called OTEP were sitting there. They were there, and I recognized them. Just so happened that Ozfest was on my birthday in Columbus, and we were talking, and I was blah, 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 blah. And they gave me tickets to Ozfest. So me and my friend got to go, and we got stage passes, and we got to go backstage. And I got to go on stage for a band called Hatebreed, who at the time had a huge song called I Will Be Heard. Where it was like, dun, 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 I, dun, 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 will, dun, 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 be, I will be heard. It was in like, it was in Triple X.
In Mortal Kombat? No. Okay.
It was in the Triple X movie when he's skiing down the mountain.
Why did I go to typo negative when you said Hatebreed for some reason?
I've seen them at Ozfest as well, but I got to go on stage while that band was playing and see what the crowd looked like at one of those concerts.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Mind blown.
This crowd, yeah. If you haven't seen the video, this crowd is insane. It's at Villa Park. That's where Aston Villa plays footy. Plays a little bit of soccer and football. But when
you say soccer, I'm gonna do your Columbus thing.
That's good. Yeah, it should be football. But yeah, and just to see that place absolutely filled, like everybody on the field, like, and there were tears. I was just talking to a buddy of mine before this, doing some research for the show because I care about the show, Mike. I don't show up late. I'm just kidding. Sorry. And all of a sudden, a thing pops up on my phone because it knows that I've been looking at these clips, and it says, "Here are Ozzy's. Here are the heart-wrenching. This is the keywords: heart-wrenching vocals isolated from Mama, I'm Coming Home." And I went, "No, I'm not ready for that yet. There's no reason to hear it. I heard it once. It was awesome with the band and everything. There's no reason to isolate Ozzy's vocals by themselves to
There
hear him singing
is
Mama, I'm Coming Home." Because like it's heartbreaking when he says, we got one more song for ever, I guess." Like he realized yeah, he stops and like ever. Like that's crazy. And the
that is a
guys that were
wild.
with him, I mean, Tony, what is it? Iommi,
Was that well for
Bill
Mama I'm
Ward.
coming but Mama I'm Coming Home, that wasn't Sabbath. He had like Zach
No,
Wild
he
on
had Zach
stage for
Wild
that.
out there because Zach Wild was
Yeah.
also doing some vocals and had that acoustic guitar that was
Yeah.
on the stand.
Once they
I
start
thought
getting
that was really
once they have to
cool.
start getting into Ozzy, they kind of got to bring
Zach Wild on and a couple of the
yeah,
other guys. Yeah.
because as long as iconic as Black Sabbath is, like Tony Iommi can't probably. I don't actually. I should shut up because I don't know that. But Tony Iommi's not known for playing riffs like Zach Wild plays. Like Zach Wild is like he's a shred guitar player who's like all over the thing, all over the neck.
And how long's he been with them? I mean, God.
He started playing for Ozzy when he was 16.
Yeah, I mean he's
a long time, and Zach's an old dude now.
He might as well be an original. I mean, no, I don't want to say an original member, but yeah.
I've seen a lot of Ozzy's.
And Bill Ward on drums, fucking shirtless. Even Tony Iommi, they said, called him he told him he looked like Gollum, which I find to be completely rude to tell the poor man. But bravo to fucking Bill Ward fucking shredding on the drums with his shirt off in his fucking 80s or whatever.
He had
like,
this weird, like, I've never seen the Dune movies, but you see like the pictures.
I know what you're talking about. I have seen the Dune movies.
The big bald guy that's sitting in the mud in the Dune movie. I've never seen the Dune movies, but I've seen enough of the ads to know that image, and like it just makes me think of that.
Did you ever see the drummer for him?
No.
Look up the drummer for him sometime. No. We'll talk about it. But he reminds me even more of that
makes
guy.
me very excited, though, that him makes me think of Bam Margera.
Yep.
And the new Tony Hawk
that is coming 4, this week.
I have it pre-ordered. It's going to arrive tomorrow, and I'm going to be cracking that baby open.
Is it not on? Or what are you putting it on? Are you getting it for Switch or are you getting it for PlayStation?
I have my Portal, so like I can kind of play it around the house a little bit and be mobile with it.
2 days ago was also real quick before we get off the Ozzy thing, one more thing I want to say about that show, and we'll get right back into the video games and some other things. Is the big thing about that show? That show raised $190 million for three different charities. The actual
I'm not surprised.
The musical
last show ever made a ton of fucking money.
The musical director of that show who is it from Rage? Tom Morello. $190 million that'll be donated to charity. The event benefited 3 organizations: the Birmingham Children's Hospital, the Acorn Children's Hospital, and Cure Parkinson's.
So to back up.
Yeah.
Tom Morello was the producer of the entire show.
He was the music director for the entire show.
That makes so much sense because that dude is a musical genius, weirdo at guitar. Like when you listen to him play, because his guitar, he just goes like, like I watched the video of him where here's how I play this part of a song. He takes the chord out of the guitar and then just starts rubbing it on the strings, like, and then puts it back in and starts playing something. I'm like,
yeah.
What?
Ozzy said that he and Sharon pretty much, created this whole event. So,
but it's cool to anchor somebody like Tom Morello because he knows everybody in the music industry. So he probably was very, which yes, Sharon does too. But Tom was probably able to just be like, "Hey, everybody, let's come together," and probably was more able to say like, "You guys play this song."
There's rumors of a band that wanted
these songs.
There's rumors of a band that wanted money that Sharon.
I've heard these. I've seen.
Have you heard the rumors? I have my theory after hearing a friend of mine put some guesses out there. I said it's got to be them because I don't think that lead singer would do anything for nothing?
I think it's two. I've heard one that got debunked, and I think it's one of two groups personally.
Do you think it's a group with face paint?
Well, possibly. So
I'm thinking Kiss. After hearing some of the guesses, Kiss makes sense to me. Like, Kiss would want money. Like, I don't see them doing anything. Like, no offense to Kiss, but Gene Simmons is notorious for being
I
money, money,
hadn't
money.
heard Kiss. I hadn't heard Kiss.
Oh, okay.
Originally, someone said Megadeth. Megadeth was a big rumor.
Okay.
Because Dave Mustaine's kind of that way, but I think it was Kelly Osbourne herself came out and said no, it wasn't Megadeth.
Okay.
When you say face paint, it made me think the Misfits, or I've heard rumor Danzig.
Huh.
That Danzig doesn't do. Someone calling Dave a dick in the chat. Dave may be a dick, but Dave's a genius. Dave Mustaine's a musical genius. I'm sorry, Metallica's better, but Dave Mustaine's fucking.
I had to see him play at a soccer game, Nashville.
Really?
So in MLS, when MLS came to be the last couple years with the new teams, MLS has asked the teams to have a tradition. Every team needs to have a pre-game tradition. You got to do something stupid. Like Atlanta bangs a railroad spike in. Atlanta bangs a railroad spike in. We pull a sword out of a stone type thing. But Nashville has a musician show up and do the riff of the match.
Oh, that's fun.
And
that's fun.
The one match that I went to, they went, tonight's riff of the match brought to you by Dave Mustaine. And it was Dave Mustaine at the end of the field. And then it was off. And I was like, that was kind of the weirdest opening tradition to a game I've seen. I don't know. It was, it wasn't, I don't know. Here he is.
But also riff. To the band that didn't do Ozzy for money, it's very interesting that Slipknot didn't play. Because the DJ is dating and now has a kid and now engaged
to
Kelly Osbourne. And I've heard before in other venues that certain members of that band are very controlling and very money focused as far as everything goes and kind of treat everybody else like employees. So like,
well, there you go, guys.
I see a world.
What band
I'm not saying
said no, that they wanted money instead of being a part of what might be the biggest metal celebration in history?
I hope it wasn't Slayer. I would hope it wouldn't be Slayer.
I thought Slayer was there, or was it Pantera that was there?
Pantera was there.
Pantera was there.
Somebody said I wouldn't be surprised if Metallica.
Wait, Metallica was there.
Metallica members were there. James was backstage.
Yeah, they were playing.
And
they were.
Robert Trujillo, bass player of Metallica, currently formerly was the bass player of Ozzy.
Yeah, Metallica Hetfield was there and playing, and what he did some deep cut of Ozzy's. I can't remember what it was offhand, but there is a great picture with all those legends together, and even Axl Rose fucking was there. So
it's interesting to see him.
And Ozzy had really good things, he said, for Axl. So they're apparently friends, and Ozzy had good things to say. So yeah. But anyway, you were talking about games. Let's talk about it real quick, because 2 days ago was National Game Day. Did you know that?
I did not. National Game Day. So that would make that Tuesday.
July 8th. It said July 8th is apparently National Video Game Day.
I downloaded games on that day because new games came out on the PlayStation thing, the PlayStation Store. Like the free games.
Yeah.
Like I forget what it's called. The
PlayStation Plus.
PlayStation Plus. There it is. The free games this month, and one of which was Diablo 4. Okay. I've never gotten into a Diablo game, but I've heard a lot of really good things about that one. So I'm like, okay, let me download it since it's free. Yeah. I'm debating on Cyberpunk because that got added as well. I started it when it first came out. I played.
Did Cyberpunk get added? Because I just canceled my PlayStation subscription of all freaking things. Like, but
I played a demo when that game first came out that I actually kind of remember really enjoying. So if, I'm willing to give that a shot. I'm trying to get into single player games that aren't Elden Ring because Elden Ring to me now is becoming kind of Grand Theft Auto, where I'm just like, let me ride around on my horse and let me kill a bunch of things and try to build up my stats and let me kill all these little tiny goblins over here really quick instead of like going and fighting big scary monster guy. So I'm thinking about doing Cyberpunk. I'm definitely going to give Diablo a shot. I'm
Okay.
going to start that.
But you've got your new Tony Hawk coming,
But
which
the
will
big
be
thing,
featuring Ban Margera after some debate. And
I'm all for
Tony's.
that.
I am too.
I know there was controversy, but
There's no reason to leave him out.
His real life going through all of the turmoils doesn't mean he shouldn't be in a video game about skateboarding.
And doesn't mean like why change the original? There's no need to change.
He was in the game. Put him in the game.
Yeah. Enough said. Done. Bam.
Like,
no pun intended.
Bam.
Bam.
Because like I've seen what he looks like in the game and the render. It looks really cool.
Have
like,
you seen?
I'm excited to play as Bam.
Did
like,
you get to play the Foundry
really
demo at all?
No, I'm just gonna fully rip it. I'm just gonna put it in there and just fully just rip the game for the first time. I played the ever loving dog shit out of 1-2, the first combo of the first two games.
I have that on Nintendo Switch.
I have it on Switch. I have it on PlayStation. I have massacred it in both. I've played like through every level, gotten almost all of the trophies and all of them. Like, I love those stupid games. They are so much fun. I'm hoping they eventually get to the point where they release Wasteland. That it was like more of an open world kind of one where there was like different parts
Wasteland,
you go to. Or Thug, Tony Hawk Underground, and Tony Hawk Underground 2.
I don't remember.
Those are ones that actually kind of had more NBA 2K like my player style stories. Like, you started off as a skateboarder, like literally the first game, you start off skateboarding in like a backyard, and then you eventually try out in places, and then you get invited on the pro tour,
and then you get like sponsors, and you can customize your board. I got you. It's kind of like living a career.
But then the second game is when they brought Bam in again. And the story was you either get recruited to Team Tony Hawk or Team Bam for these jackass style like competitions around the world, where jump your skateboard into a shopping cart and ride the shopping cart down this gigantic hill in Spain or some
absurd shit
like that. Like, Tony Hawk Underground 2 was a lot of fun. American Wasteland was pretty good. You know, it had an okay story. I believe that's the one where I think that's the story where like you just move. It's California, and it's the classic. I moved here from Iowa, or I moved here from the Midwest kind of thing.
My skateboard was built out of a chicken coop. Yeah, one of those things.
I found a magical skateboard in my father's attic. Told me to go.
Other game news.
Make a life for myself.
Other game news. A big jump. There's been some games from Xbox going to PlayStation, but all of a sudden, PlayStation to Xbox. Helldivers 2. That's a big one from Sony.
It's a big jump. I've tried to get back into that game recently. It's still fun. I don't know if I like.
I remember when you and I played it last. We sucked.
We dogged that game for a very long time, though.
We were not heroes. We were not heroes. We need to go back to easy level.
The Illuminate's an interesting combat because it's just dudes. They have superpowers, but they're just kind of dudes rather than like big robots or giant bugs. So that's an interesting choice. I want to get back into that game. I know all my time is going to be consumed by the new Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
And really, like, I'm really trying to get more into some single player games. It's been weird that I kind of have been wanting to find like what's a game I can play from beginning to end.
You should give Grand Theft Auto 5 a chance until Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out. Give it a chance beginning to end. Just start the story because the story will suck you in, and it's so absurd. I've
started the story a few times, and I've liked some of the stories, but like
what's something
I don't know if I'm gonna play that one all the way through. I'm not gonna do Red Dead.
You looking for open world, or you looking?
No, it doesn't have to. No, it doesn't even have to be open world.
Because I just happen to have an article.
Okay.
You know me. I've always got a random article. Let's see. What do I have here? See, I have another thing, which is saved items on good. Like this is the 5 best open world video games ever made. The 10 most popular meats to grill on the 4th of July.
Before you do that, you want to crack a beer?
Black Bears seen in Cincinnati. 9 big games to come. Sorry. Yes, let's crack a beer. Real quick, back to video. This is half wrestling news, but half video game news. I don't know if you know this real quick, Mike, but I'll tell you this.
Okay.
New Jack is coming in the next DLC for WWE.
Huh.
They did something with him that they've never done with anybody before. He's going to have multiple entrances. For no DQ matches, can you guess what's going to happen?
He's going to just run around the ring a bunch.
He comes down with a shopping cart full of a trash can full of weapons, throws them in the ring. The match begins with the weapons in the ring, and his music plays throughout the entire match.
Oh, I love.
You remember how the gangsters' music used to play?
That's the only match I'll play. That'd be the only thing I'd ever do.
So that's what's going to happen now with the new DLC, and plus they've announced that there's going to actually be a Wyatt family story coming that they're going to use to include some previously unseen footage of Bray Wyatt, which I find to be cool because it's not often. WWE usually sets up a DLC list and says this is what you're getting. They don't suddenly change their mind and decide to add something new. What are you not drinking?
I went to drink. I put my one glass up here, and I picked up the empty glass.
I don't have a beer.
You don't have a beer?
I don't have a beer.
What do you have?
I have a seltzer.
Ooh, what's seltzer?
I have a seltzer that I've never had on the show before. I will admittedly say I had this seltzer in the parking lot of a bowling alley while flying a drone.
Pick.
I like the one that's further away from the microphone.
This one?
Yes. I hate when you take them off camera because as a magician, that's when I make the switch.
Well, why would I switch them?
I don't know.
It's Burial Surf Wax.
Surf Wax.
It matches.
IPA.
It matches the glass, the same glass.
Nice.
The glass from this brewery.
Well, speaking of matching, because of FC Cincinnati's Hell is Real match this week. Sorry, I'm getting emotional over it. I go. Oh, I love that match. It's such a big match this weekend. Anyway, bam from Mad Tree, Sway, orange and blue. This is an orange and blueberry seltzer from Mad Tree. It is their Sway, 4.5%. I will admit I have had this once, and I really enjoyed it. What blows my mind about it is how well the blueberry comes through. Because I don't really get any orange from it at all. I get more blueberry, and it's a very natural, not breakfasty blueberry. You know how like a lot of blueberry, it's like these are pancakes, and
which is fine in certain
which isn't bad, but yeah, for certain things. But as a fresh seltzer, cheers.
Cheers.
Drink 2.
Oh, that's gonna get drank quick. Oh, that's gonna go down quick.
That shouldn't be that good. Yeah, it's very blueberry. Very blueberry.
All right.
There's no orange to that at all.
Drink number 2.
Yeah, so we're on drink number 2. We've talked about some video games. Let's talk about some. What's that?
Did you have a list?
No, I said drink number 2. My first drink was the Bullet on the rocks.
No, I thought you had a video game list or something.
I didn't have a video game. Oh, yeah, I've got all kinds of lists. See, these are things I have as backup plans, like the best open world games ever made. I also saved a thing for you to see if you could guess what the most popular meats to grill on the 4th would be.
Oh, no, let's play that game.
Oh, well, it's pretty obvious, but there's 10 meats. Let's see how many of the top 5 you can get.
Popular meats to grill. No, let's
Popular meats to grill on the 4th, and number 10 is kebabs.
Okay.
Number 9 is turkey burgers.
Oh, so they're gonna turkey burgers.
Number 8 is steak.
Steak is 8?
Steak is 8. Sausages is 7th. Pork chops is 6th.
Ribs.
Now we've got our top 5. Ribs is one of them.
So top 5. Hold on.
Ribs is number 3. You're right.
I think the number 1 is gonna be burgers.
Number 1 is burgers.
Number 2 is hot dogs.
Number 2 is hot dogs. Number 3 is ribs.
Number 4 is chicken.
Number 4 is chicken. What's number 5, Mike?
Hold on.
You're gonna be mad at yourself, probably.
Hold on. So we said burger, top five. We already said burgers. We said hot dogs. We said ribs. We said chicken.
Yep.
They're not dividing chicken breast and chicken thigh or
No, they're
chicken leg
not.
or
They're
chicken
not.
wing.
Not.
Chicken's just
No.
chicken.
Do you want me to describe it to you?
It's a meat, right?
Slow
It's not like vegetable pork butt.
brisket.
Brisket, really?
Yeah. Slow cooked and smoky. This Texas style beef cut is best served sliced or strip. But I do love some brisket.
I love a delicious brisket, but I think a pork
That is the top 10 things to grill on the 4th of July. That's 4th of July grill out grilling. So yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get on my podium for a moment. I'm gonna get on my soapbox. I will forever stand by the fact brisket is a delicious, delicious meat. But for the average cook, the average American, you're going to get more flavor, meat, and satisfaction for your dollar for a pork butt. I think you can it's more forgiving, it's easier, it's more versatile. I think you can go in different directions with the flavor. A brisket's kind of, you do brisket, you either do it right or you didn't.
Yeah.
Pork butt's open to interpretations on how you do it, your style, and the flavor profile. I like brisket, but brisket's like you either did, like I said, you either did it right or you didn't.
I will say that was one article I have, and then I do have one more article that was interesting that'll lead us into TV and movies if you want to talk about what's going on in TV and movies after this. Yeah. But this was interesting to me because I know, and I think I know, who your favorite superhero of all time is.
Yes.
I think it's Batman.
You're right.
It's okay. Batman. Then this article from Covered Geekly.
Which is funny because I have superhero tattoos, but I do not have a Batman tattoo.
No shit?
Yeah, no Batman tattoo.
Nothing Batman related at all?
No.
That's crazy, dude.
I guess if I ever get another tattoo, I got to get a Batman tattoo.
I mean,
I have Dr. Doom, the Hulk, Iron Man, Galactus from the Fantastic Four. I got G.I. Joe, but I got no
Batman.
I got Seinfeld tattoos.
Me.
No Batman tattoos.
You got Seinfeld tattoos. I know the Seinfeld. You were going to do a whole Seinfeld leg, weren't you?
I've got like 2 tattoos started on the Seinfeld leg, but I eventually would like to go back and do that.
Tell everybody what your Seinfeld tattoos are. I'm sure there's some Seinfeld tattoos.
I have a Tweety Bird Pez dispenser from the episode The Pez Dispenser. And then I have Little Jerry from the episode Little Jerry, who is Kramer's cockfighting rooster that he gets to fight in cockfights.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Both were done by the same artist, and I probably want to go back to him to finish. Maybe I don't know, but like he did a good job.
Nice. So I found this article from a page called Covered Geekly. I like that name. It's like a weekly geek newsletter. Covered Geekly. And they actually rated what they believe, and there are 8 live action Batman. And they rated those live action Batman from 8 to 1.
From 8 to 1.
Yes. And 8, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't even know existed. And you may not have known existed.
8?
Yeah. Lewis Wilson.
He's one of the voices, I guess.
No, Lewis Wilson was the first. No, these are all live action.
Oh, live action.
Live action Batman and started.
In the serials.
It was a 15-chapter serial in 1943 where he was facing off against a battle of a Japanese spy who was trying to turn American civilians into zombies.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't
when they just tried to make Batman just like a weird spy character. Yeah.
Who do you think they said was next? As the next, I don't want to say worse, but it was George Clooney.
Clooney doesn't get enough respect. Clooney gets disrespect. I hate the disrespect that movie gets.
You just gave it to him. Well,
because I know what people think. I personally think that Batman and Robin is, I don't want to say it's so bad it's good, but it has so many redeeming factors that people don't give it credit for. People just focus on like the big weird goofiness of the movie. There's a lot of parts of that movie that are a lot of fun and really well Joel Schumacher is a nut bar, but so I think that movie deserves more credit, but definitely George Clooney.
All right. Well, you've gotten 7. Who do you think would be 6? Or do you want to start from who do you think would be the best?
No, because I think the best is one of 3.
Okay, interesting.
So I think if we can narrow it down, I think I can narrow down the top 3.
Okay.
So okay, we're talking number 6.
Yep.
Live action.
Live action.
There was a dude in a Batman costume in like a.
The rest of these are all the main ones you're thinking of.
Okay.
There's nobody obscure. I'm telling you that right now.
Okay, because there was a TV show that they did called Birds of Prey where there was a Batman for like a couple of minutes.
No, this is
Movies.
is the next 6. Yeah, the next 6 are the 6 you would think of.
Ben Affleck.
No.
Number 6 isn't Ben Affleck. Well, hold on then. If it's not Ben Affleck, Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer is number 6. Val Kilmer taking a little bit of a beating on that one, I think. I thought Val Kilmer was pretty good.
No, I think Val Kilmer deserves the beating on that one. There's a weirdness to that one. That movie doesn't work for me. The relationship with Robin is sus, as kids say.
He left the role and then Clooney took over.
Chase Meredith is a weird female character in that series. It's too over the top. I don't like that one. And yes, that's where, as in the chat, that's where people say the nipple suit.
On YouTube, thank you. It's the nipple suit.
For some reason, all the suits had nipples.
It's the nipple suit.
Because they thought the idea was to make them look. They thought the idea was Batman supposed to. People think he's a giant bat. Like, no, people don't think Batman's a giant bat. People know Batman's a badass dude in a bat costume that will beat the dog shit out of you.
He will dog walk you.
They're like, he needs nipples so it looks like it's a body. Like, people don't think it's a body. People don't think that that's his skin.
I've never once during those movies in a fight sequence gone, God damn, the nipple physics are amazing on that suit.
I encourage you.
I never expected to use the words nipple physics tonight, and I'm really happy I got to.
No, when there's specifically the scenes where they're putting, anytime Joel Schumacher has them put the costume on, it's in a series of jump cuts.
Yeah.
I guess that's the term, where it's like glove, boot, belt.
Those are jump cuts. Yeah.
There's always a shot of one of them putting like a butt jiggle of like the pants being pulled on, and like when you pull your pants on, there's that moment.
There's always the belt clip. You got to get the belt clip.
They did the belt clip, and they showed and like one of them would like slap their chest symbol, like the bat, like
yeah. So now, do you want to tell me who number 5 is?
Number 5's got to be Ben Affleck.
Number 5 is Batfleck.
Yeah, number 5's got to be Batfleck. Batfleck. The movie.
I will admittedly tell you that I didn't see Ben Affleck's Batman yet. I didn't see the DC. Did you see the Snyder cut?
Yeah, I saw it all.
Is it all good? What should I watch if I want to watch any of that?
If you're gonna watch Justice League, watch the Snyder cut. It was one dude's shot at making a movie. We got to kind of just write that one off. Like, that movie is more an extension of the Man of Steel movie rather than like a Batman. Like,
yeah,
people got to realize like the Batman in Batman v Superman and the Batman in Justice League.
It's more of a Superman movie with Batman. Yeah,
exactly. This is like the Batman that exists in that universe, and you got to kind of look at it like that. It's cool. I don't know. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say that it doesn't deserve all the hate, because there are some really bad choices made in those movies.
Time out.
The villains are really, really badly done in those movies. But
I know we're not talking wrestling, but I'm just proud that you and Bob 1,000% agree with each other. All right.
He's up on old Batfleck, man. Like, Ben Affleck's a good Bruce Wayne. he's a genius fucking Bruce Wayne. Like his little the moments he has in the Flash.
He's a better
movies,
Bruce Wayne than he is a Batman.
I'm not even going to say that. I don't think he got a chance to be a good Batman because the Batman. Okay, oh god, I'm gonna jump down.
We can't get through a list. This is why I don't do a lot of lists with you. From now on, it's only top fives. No more top tens with you.
I'm gonna make a good point. I have a good point. I swear,
ladies and gentlemen, a good point from Mike.
Think about the two opportunities that Ben Affleck had to be Batman. Think about when Ben Affleck was Batman. He was either in a movie fighting Superman, not establishing his Batman world. Either
he didn't get
fighting Superman or forming the Justice League. You're not going to get a good Batman. Like, that's not how you tell a Batman story. So he never got a good chance to be a Batman.
I can see that.
I don't know. I'll defend Batfleck all day.
Look at you. That's not a bad point. That's not a bad point.
Martha. That shit was dumb.
There are 4 live action Batmen left. Pattinson is number 4.
Pattinson. Have I nailed all of these? No, I messed up.
You messed up. You flip-flop Val Kilmer and Ben Affleck. You thought Batfleck was before Affleck.
No, Pattinson.
Okay, but now Pattinson, yes. So who would be number 3?
Great. Well, I'll say Pattinson, great movie. Not enough content yet for him to be necessarily a better Batman than anybody.
He's only had one movie, right?
Yeah. Maybe when he gets like 3 or 4, if they continue that universe, because I thought it was really good. I thought it was really good, and the Penguin spinoff from it was very good as well.
Gotcha. All right. Well, you have 3 left, and can you get them in order?
So here's the thing. I'm not saying who they are yet, but we know. Well, hold on. Okay, no, we're talking live action, so Kevin Conroy's off the table. Because that's my Batman.
That's the voice of Batman, the animated series. That is
the games. Like that's
the same way that Mark Hamill was your
Batman.
Joker, probably.
That's Batman.
Is Mark Hamill your Joker?
No, Jack Nicholson's my Joker.
Jack Nicholson's your Joker.
Jack Nicholson's my Joker. 100%.
Okay.
So here's the thing.
So who are the 3? Go ahead and throw them out there.
I'm not saying order yet.
Not order yet. Just in any random order.
Michael Keaton, Christian Bale, and Adam West.
Okay.
Those are going to be the top 3 Batman. And the thing is, based on who made this list, there's arguments.
Oh yeah, there's arguments for No, I can see it. Who do you put at 3? You've done well with the list. Just go with your gut.
I think they put Keaton at 3.
They didn't.
They didn't put Keaton at 3.
Nope.
So that means they put Bale at 3.
Nope.
These bastards.
How dare they?
Motherfuckers. This list is bullshit. This list is bullshit because Adam West is a top 2. Adam West is no number 3. I'm sorry. So they're saying Adam West is the 3rd greatest Batman.
Adam West is number 3.
This is a lie. This list is bullshit. This list is terrible.
Over the 1? Over
dog shit.
3? Who's number 2?
Absolutely. In that case, Keaton's 2, and they're going to call Bale 1.
No.
They got Keaton as 1?
Keaton's Batman was seen as dark and broody, which earned him the number 1 spot as the best live-action Batman of all time. The coolest thing from the get-go is that he doesn't have superpowers. There's no magical things, he said in a previous interview. He played the hero in the 89 Batman and 92 Batman Returns. He is number 1. Bale's number 2. So you're really pissed that you think the big flip-flop should have been Bale and Adam West? Adam West should have been 2 and Bale should have been 3?
I will 100%. I will cop to Keaton over
Look
West.
at this in the chat. Keaton is number 1 from Bob. Keaton is number 1 from there. Keaton is number 1 from Ember. Keaton is number 1 from Sarah. Beetlejuice is number 1 from my dad for Keaton.
Just how is Bale above West? Come on now.
I don't know.
Really?
Probably not. I mean, the amount of things, I mean, from 1960 to theatrical movie 66.
I think we give Christopher Nolan's filmmaking a lot of credit for carrying the Batman. Because
Christopher Nolan's villains carried his Batman. I hate to say that,
Batman
but
Begins is a cop movie. It's not even a superhero movie.
No, Batman Begins is and then the second one, Dark Knight, that's Heath Ledger's movie. I mean, there's no way that's not Heath Ledger's movie.
It's a movie about a crazy man getting revenge. Like, not even getting a crazy man. It's just a movie about a crazy man. And the third movie is the third movie. I can't agree that Christian Bale is a better Batman than Adam West. Adam West had
A lot of people talking about
Batman's
voice, Bale's voice being too deep, and Bale's voice, yeah, for sure.
The Panther neck was a problem too. The fact that in the first movie, his costume, he always had to do this because they made the neck too thick in the first movie. If you notice, he always moves like this in the first movie. And
I don't care what anyone says, in the third movie, the same way that Ledger was awesome in the second one, I think fucking Tom Hardy as Bane.
It's a Bane movie.
That's a Bane. And Bane is fucking awesome. Like I find myself cheering for Bane. Like, oh yeah, beat his ass. Yes, blow up the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes, let's go, Bane. All right.
So I will ride for Adam West. I will spin the block for Adam West on these motherfuckers. How is Adam West below Christian Bale? Seriously.
If it
all
brings
those
you
seasons of Batman, how many more villains did Adam West take down than any of these jock sniffers that are on this list? Think about it. Joker, Riddler, Catwoman, Mr. Freeze, King Tut. A dude who got hit, a professor who gets hit on the head and then thinks he's King Tut. It's not like,
I never even heard that one.
He's not like, I have a freeze gun. I'm a crazy clown. No, he just gets hit on the head and he goes, I'm King Tut. And that's the whole basis of the villain.
That's amazing. I've never heard that before. That was and I mean, there's the famous surfing scene. You got to have Batman surfing against the Joker.
One of the greatest TV moments of all time. And there's always the moment from the movie, the movie just called Batman from 1966, where Batman there's a bomb that he's running up and down like a beach with, trying to get rid of. He's got this bomb over his head and it's going to go off, and he's like running down the beach. He runs one way and there's kids. He runs another way and there's like a baby in a stroller.
I think I've seen this.
And the line is stuck with me my entire life. It's just he runs, he stops, he runs, he stops. It's just some days you just can't get rid of a bomb. And that's why Adam West was amazing.
If it brings
why Adam West.
Any consolation and makes you feel any better at all, I want you to know that Family Guy did an episode after Adam West passed away where they renamed the high school Adam West High School instead of James Woods High School.
I need a second beer because of this bullshit.
I'm gonna have a second as well on the seltzer.
Alexandria Brewing Company.
ABC.
Till the battle is won.
Till the battle is won. That is
Midwest
a great
India Pale Ale.
I have had that. That is delicious. A real quick thing, and I don't know if you can make it real quick. I shouldn't even bring this up. Sarah over on YouTube. By the way, if you're in YouTube, if you're in Twitch, feel free to join in the chat. It's going a little bit here. Says rank the villains. You don't have to rank the villains, but do you have a favorite villain?
So here's the thing.
Or do you have a favorite portrayal of a villain, I should probably say?
I'm not the Joker guy most people are.
Yeah.
I like the character. The character's good. I think the Jack Nicholson Joker is top tier Joker. I think no, not Christian Bale. Heath Ledger. I think Heath Ledger did an amazing role. He took a character and he said, okay, here's a version of this character no one's done yet. And I'm gonna make it intriguing.
Did you not care for Cillian Murphy's Scarecrow?
I thought it was good. I liked how they reused it in Dark Knight Rises as came back as the judge.
The judge, yeah. That was very unique.
I liked that. I thought that was a good choice. So I'm not the Joker fan most people are. Jack Nicholson's my Joker.
Jack Nicholson's your Joker.
I liked my Joker, kind of quippy, kind of funny, over the top. I think Cesar Romero is a great Joker. I'll put Cesar Romero over Like if I think of who's Joker, to me, it's Jack Nicholson, Cesar Romero.
It's not Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger?
No, it's Jack Nicholson, Cesar Romero, Heath Ledger.
Wow.
100. It's Jack Nicholson, Cesar Romero, Mark Hamill, Heath Ledger. I'm not disrespecting Heath Ledger because he's no longer here, but I'm saying I think of who I think of when the Joker, he's not at the top of my list.
I understand.
Now,
if you're as adamant as you were about Adam West, then I completely believe you're going to be as adamant as you are about Cesar Romero. There's no way you're not going to fight for Adam West at 2 and not fight for Cesar Romero to be at 2.
Who else had the balls to say, I'm not shaving my mustache off to play this stupid fucking clown?
I don't know. I don't know who else had a mustache before they played the stupid
He didn't shave
clown.
his mustache. If you can see it the entire show painted over in the Joker makeup. He has a mustache. But two villains.
How cool of a name do you have? Cesar and Romero?
Cesar Romero. But two Batman villains. I will say, I think Mr. Freeze is underrated. I don't think we've ever gotten... The Schwarzenegger Freeze was fun to watch, but I think a serious Mr. Freeze...
Can I ask you a question?
Would be done really well.
Have you seen Gotham?
Pieces.
I really enjoy Gotham, and it's not for Batman. It's not for Gordon. It's for the villains and these early storylines on the villains. Season 2 was called The Villains, and you get some backstories on certain villains. And I really enjoy Gotham. I almost want to give it another watch through because it was really good.
Well, I would say, though, when we're talking about ranking those Batman villains, I got to put Mr. Freeze up there, though. I really got to put Freeze up there. I think Ra's al Ghul is a little overrated and overused. I think Batman fighting magic and fighting like the supernatural is a little lame. I think that's why Batman's cool, is because Batman is a street level dude fighting street level villains who just happens to have millions of dollars worth of tech.
And Lucius Fox.
The
reason I brought up Gotham, by the way, was to say that Freeze.
I like my Lucius Foxless Batman. Batman should be doing that shit on his own. Like, he's got an Alfred. Why does he need a Lucius Fox? He's got an Alfred.
Alfred's his personal safe place.
But when did Lucius Fox really become involved?
Safe place.
They didn't do that. They didn't really start using Lucius Fox until the Nolan movies.
Lucius knew his daddy.
Like, I can deal with that, though. I honestly think, though, the Riddler, such an underrated villain.
Another great. I mean, you know what? I'm going to go to Gotham again. Gotham made a couple villains amazing. They had a great Riddler and they had a great
Two-Face
Penguin.
But Penguin's good too, because you got your crime boss, you got your weird deformity. I think the DeVito Penguin was a great Penguin. I think it was a great example of, here's somebody with a deformity and a problem who just has a grudge against society. He doesn't have a superpower. He doesn't have like super strength or anything like that. He's just got charisma and a dream.
Charisma and a dream.
That's all Batman Returns is about a genetic freak with charisma and a dream.
If that's all you needed in life, I would have fucking won years ago. God damn it.
I think so. Two-Face, Penguin. Oh man. Ooh, actually, no. Actually, I'll give you my big three. I'll give you my.
Here we go.
I'll give you my three. Freeze, Riddler. No, Freeze. Yeah, Riddler. Scarecrow.
I like Scarecrow as well.
Scarecrow's cool. Like fear gas, like
the Arkham Scarecrow from the Arkham games is so good too.
When
and they like
monster, and you're kind of like having to hide from the light.
Yes, as he sees you.
Man,
yeah.
So that's my thought on Batman villains. I mean, what else? You want me to rank all the sidekicks now? Which Robin was best? No,
Are we talking about Dick Grayson, or are we talking about? Wait, what was the other one?
Jason Todd's my favorite.
That's the one who eventually becomes Red Hood.
Yeah. For me,
Dick Grayson becomes Nightwing, right?
Jason Todd, Dick Grayson, Tim Drake. Those
and
are
Tim Drake is Robin.
I think because I think Jason Todd's a cool story. I just think that's a cool.
Have
story.
you played Gotham Knights?
I have. I've played Gotham Knights a good deal through.
I love their Red Hood, their Jason Todd in there.
I do, but but in that game, I like Robin the most. In that game, as far as like using them, he's fun to use.
He is fun to use.
He's got the little
battery. Bow staff.
He's got the
way he can maneuver. Thing. Yeah, for sure.
He's cool. Batgirl's fun too. I feel like Batgirl has the best glide. Like you're able to like jump off things and get the most kind of air to like take people out with Batgirl.
If you've played the Arkham series, then Batgirl makes the most sense and is the most comfortable to transfer into because she plays a lot like Batman did in the game as well.
Somebody in the chat asked, "What do you think of Damian as Robin?" Never.
Who was Damian as Robin?
Exactly. Ignore it.
Ignore it.
He made a story where Batman had a kid.
And who did he have a
Damian Wayne. He had it with Ra's al Ghul's daughter.
Okay, he had it with Talia al Ghul. Yeah.
Stupid story. Dumb.
You don't like it?
No.
You don't believe it exists? So that is not canon to you? No, interesting.
I don't acknowledge lesser Robins. And that's a lesser Robin.
That's a lesser
There's
Robin.
also there's a Robin in there was the Dark Knight Returns, like futuristic one from the late 80s that people cite where like he's big and bulky looking.
Bob said it can't be ignored, brother. This is what you
So I'd say that I think it's Carrie something, like Carrie whatever is Robin in the future. You know what Batman doesn't get enough love?
What's that?
Batman Beyond.
I've only seen the outfits because I've used them in the game.
Fantastic cartoon. Wonderful interpretation of Batman. Bruce Wayne in the future, like bequeathing.
Is that Kevin Conroy as well?
Somebody else. Yep, Kevin Conroy as old Bruce Wayne. And the first episode starts off with like him retiring. Like you see him kind of like getting broke down a little bit and kind of having to give it up. And they go through that entire thing. People in the chat trying to call out the New 52. It's comic books. Don't try to be like, well, that's the story they said 10 years ago.
That's the story, Mike. Oh, here we go. Oh, God. Wait, remember, you guys got along earlier. You guys agreed on something 1,000%. It was 1,000, a 1 and 3 zeros.
If you like comic books, you can never sit here and say, but that's the way they wrote it in the comic books. Comic books on their own reset every so many years. Superman has died and come back. They have restarted these universes over and 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 over again. Like, there's acknowledgments from Marvel Comics where they said, hey, this 3 years of Spider-Man we wrote, pretend like it didn't happen because it was really, really bad. When we decided Spider-Man had like a bunch of clones that were running all around New York City and there was like 3 different Spider-Mans, let's just pretend that didn't happen. Stanley wrote a letter.
I am gonna have an episode one day where we bring Bob on just to argue something with you. And then I have the mute button for both of you.
Comic books,
and I can mute each of you back and forth like a presidential debate. It'll make me so fucking happy.
You can't sit there and say, you can't use what happened in a past comic book as justification for it being canon. There is no such thing in comic books as canon. It does not exist. Canon exists.
Well, how does canon not exist? Then how do you like?
No, canon exists in real books, in media, in movies, in TV shows. Comic books are a fluid medium and a fluid form of storytelling. That the story's only as tenuous. You decide it exists for as long as you acknowledge it.
You two just amused the fuck out of me. I'm so angry that the next thing we have to talk about is wrestling, where you guys are going to disagree some more. We don't have a lot to talk about. We just can go ahead and run down the cards for this weekend. I think we've covered everything. Chuck E. Cheese is going to bring an adult arcade. What do we think about that? Hey, whatever.
So it's Dave and Buster's?
It's Dave and Buster's.
I was going to say, so it's Dave and Buster's with a big rat.
Like Chuck's Place or something. Is that everything we were going to talk about?
Are you really going to change the name?
Yeah, they're going to open adult arcades, and I think they're going to call them Chuck's. What was it again?
Just call it Chuck E. Cheese.
It's gonna be called. They're gonna load. Okay, it's launching in a few different places. It's gonna be an adult arcade with food and drinks. Every time I say adult arcade, it sounds like there's
It
like dirty
sounds
video
bad. It
games.
sounds bad.
It does. Like
It sounds like there's
even
going to be a
though we
game
know
that's just like squeeze the fake titties. Here, put your fair.
Whack a tit.
Oh,
It's like whack a mole. If you just smack it down. Oh, that would be so mean. Whack a nip. Anyway, so yeah, it's gonna be Chuck E. Cheese is gonna launch our new arcade for adults in 10 states, and it's gonna be called Chuck's Arcade. Modern retro games. That's all we wanted to talk about before wrestling. And wrestling, pretty much all we have to talk about is a few cards. There's a big weekend of wrestling actually from across a lot of promotions. I don't want to get into any promotion fights tonight, but there's a lot of stuff going on from a lot. No, we got a lot of different things to talk about. We got women's, we got Tokyo Joshi Pro, we've got GCW, we've got Ring of Honor, we've got All In Texas, All In has 3 great matches, Joshi Pro has 2 great matches, Evolution's got a few great matches, but do you even give a shit about Goldberg?
Yes, I think it's good for Gunther.
It's good for Gunther?
Yeah. Like, I don't give a shit about Goldberg for Goldberg.
You think if Goldberg squashes him and wins the title, it's good for Gunther?
It's good for the comeback.
Maybe.
I think if Gunther loses the title to Goldberg, you do a storyline where he quote-unquote breaks kayfabe. I think you have him go and break the table on the side, throw monitors, like slap Corey Graves. Like, you have him, like, you have it look like he breaks the fourth wall in character if he loses to Goldberg. And then you have a legitimate scary individual. You have somebody who actually is really unpredictable. Like you have an opportunity. Or he just destroys Goldberg, and now he has the check mark of Goldberg on his list. You win either way.
There's no way Goldberg wrestles another match out of this. So my theory is...
It says farewell tour on the shirt he's selling.
Is he selling a fucking shirt too?
It's a shirt. This is like Goldberg farewell tour, last run or something.
This is where Seth Rollins needs to cash in.
I think you keep having
I'm done with this conversation.
No, I think you keep having him tease. Have him just keep messing stuff up for a really long time. Like, they need to get us to the point where we're sick of Seth Rollins messing up main events. Like, it needs to happen every night. Him and his dudes need to come out and just maul everybody. It needs to feel like the Shield again. Not reference the Shield, but it needs to be that feeling of, oh, there's a group that just comes out and wrecks everything, every show.
That's the main thing for Saturday night's main event. There's not much else that's that exciting that night. They did announce today that they just named Solo Sikoa versus Jimmy Uso for the U.S. title. That's not going to be anything other than a match for Solo and probably show off a Hikuleo interference or something like that. Solo's new group being called My Family. What's that?
I just want more Jacob Fatu. I don't care about anything else in that storyline.
No, Jacob Fatu is so much fun. I love all the clips. If you get a chance and you're a fan of WWE or anything, look up the clips of Jacob Fatu outside the ring. What a genuinely good dude. What a guy who has been through shit and like
he's learned lessons in life.
Man, and like he's so like humble and happy for where he's at because that man was in jail and watched his family on TV, and it made him realize he needed to turn his life around. And so
and he's earned every bit of it because I think I've shown it before. I have one of his. Oh yeah, this is a patch of his old tag team, War Beast, Cult of War Beast saved my life. All violence is legal. This is his old tag team with Joseph Samael.
Oh really? That's cool.
I've been following, dude. He's been the shit. He's been amazing.
I watched an old match of his. If you get a chance to see it, it's pretty cool because they were there was a Twitter, just a quick exchange between Jeff Cobb and him because they have met up before in I think it was MLW if I'm not mistaken. And man, that would be fun to watch those two roll that back. Jeff Cobb and Jacob Fatu.
I need to get a VHS player one day and pop this in.
What is this?
Best of
Okay.
Backyard Wrestling too.
Let me tell you what I have. I have a VHS player right here next to me. And then I have a adapter
God,
that
VHS
turns your
tapes feel so good.
your red, yellow, white into HDMI. So I'm gonna start running my old VHSs of me performing magic into here for us to see. Do you have any VHSs of you doing shows back in the day?
No, most of my stuff was like recorded on like either phones or crappy cameras. No VHS copies. Probably some DVDs.
That shows how old I am. My shit's all on VHS.
There's some music videos somewhere on the internet.
But real quick, let's go through. I'm just going to quickly highlight a couple things. If there's anything you want to stop at, no big deal. But NXT Women's Championship's going to happen in Evolution this week. Jordan Grace and JC Jane.
Good for both of them. I think it's really cool. Dude, Shawn Michaels, biggest advocate of women in like wrestling for years.
Yeah.
Like he is just literally saying like, hey, you're good at wrestling. Female.
There's a funny video
TV.
out there of Shawn trying to pick the girls' voices out
by their voices.
Did you see that? That was funny.
He nailed. You mean Jordan Grace?
He nailed certain ones, and then like you could tell like when they said different things, like when Jada called him coach instead of Shawn, that's when he knew Jada. Yeah. Like was when she said coach. Rhea Ripley and Io at Evolution. There is a show called Prestige Wrestling that's going to feature the Inspiration, formerly known as the Iconics. They will be taking on formerly known as Blair Davenport and formerly known as what's that?
I'm seeing comments that they're about to come back to WWE.
There is. I would feel like they're going to show up on the Evolution show or something.
I think it's a good idea. I think it's that point where they need to start bringing back the people that they let go over the past few years that they know they can make money with. Here's the thing, and it's not talking about any of the matches that's happening, but there's one name I think that when they bring him back is going to be a huge fucking deal.
Who's that?
Who do you think? Who do you think I would think would? Let go, win on the indies, made a huge name for themselves, now could come back and be a big deal.
There's so many that have already done that, and now currently I don't know who you would be thinking of because I feel like most have already
God.
Oh, Cardona, Matt Cardona.
God himself.
I've got him on this list. He's got a match tonight or tomorrow night actually at GCW, boss of all bosses, Matt Cardona and Shotzi Blackheart.
Only thing you won't catch me buying a GCW show. I've been burned too many times, man. I bought enough of their I bought their shows for like 4 months straight, and I was like, oh, I'm really not like from beginning to end getting my money's worth. There's like 2 good matches that you can watch on YouTube afterward.
Well, Sam says hello for those of you. He just jumped up to say hi.
All right.
So yeah, there are 3 great matches on All In Texas this weekend. Tony Storm and Mercedes Moné. I hope Tony Storm stops the Mercedes Moné shit. Okada and Omega. There's no way Okada and Omega don't have a good match. And then the Bucks against Swerve and Ospreay, which again, those 4 guys all don't have a bad match.
I have to say something.
What do you have to say?
I watched the most recent promo between Tony Storm and Mercedes Moné, where
Tony Storm is allowed to say whatever the fuck she wants.
But that's not a character. Just, hey, every time I'm on screen, I say pussy or butthole or
I mean, that's not all the time.
That's not a character. That's not storytelling. Like, they haven't actually explained
Tony is the best thing going over there.
Hate each other than the fact that, like, one's a goofy character and the other is a really terribly told character. What is their conflict? Why do they dislike each other? Explain it to me.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't been able to watch the show in a while.
Because nobody knows.
I haven't been able to watch the show in a while. We can't comment on it successfully, and we're not going to start a fight about it. I'm going to continue. Ring of Honor Women's Championship, Athena and Thunder Rosa. This is what I want to see. Tokyo Joshi Pro, Mizuki and Maki Ito. And then in the other match, Yuka Sakazaki and Billy Starks against Vert Vixen and Miyu Yamashita. Miyu Yamashita, most known for being the woman who gave the middle finger to Natalia Neidhart.
But not gonna watch a drop of it.
No Tokyo Joshi Pro for you?
Not an ounce. Not a bit. Not a match. Not nothing.
I don't know how to even get Tokyo Joshi Pro, but God, it would be fun because those are some crazy matches. Those girls go.
I'm okay.
Are you serious?
I'm okay. There's other women's wrestling I'd rather watch. If I'm gonna watch all women's wrestling, I'll watch Evolution. Dude, I'll watch WoW. Like people discredit WoW so much. Like
where do you watch
shit.
WoW at?
YouTube.
YouTube? Okay.
That's what I do. I just look up the matches.
Gotcha. Let's see. Anything else standing out this weekend? Gunther, yeah. There's gonna be a Great American Bash is going to have a contract signing on Great American Bash WWE for a TNA Slammiversary main event.
One more time.
WWE NXT is going to have it's their Great American Bash show. At the Great American Bash,
TNA title.
They're going to have a TNA title contract signing. For the TNA title at Slammiversary.
They've had the TNA title on almost every episode of NXT.
Who do you think is going to take it when that Slammiversary match happens? Trick Williams, Joe Hendry, or Mike Santana?
It's Mike Santana.
I'd love to see Santana with it. Yeah, okay, I'm with you. I'd love to see. I'd love to see Santana with it.
It makes the most sense. Like Joe Hendry's cool, but Joe Hendry doesn't need a title.
No, Joe Hendry's over his shit, and Joe Hendry could keep going for it and could keep going for Trick and for other people. And Joe, it's time for Joe not to have a TNA title because if I'm not mistaken, Joe's going to be WWE bound pretty soon.
Yeah,
so there's no need to give it to Joe.
As an NXT talent.
Yeah. So
and eventually a WWE superstar.
Yeah, but Santana would be fun to see with it. I think
Santana would be incredible because also, I would hope. This is also NXT looking at Santana. I think Santana deserves to be on a bigger stage. I think he's Eddie Kingston levels of real, but doesn't get the credit Eddie Kingston gets. No. And I love Eddie Kingston.
I can see that. You know what? I've had an epiphany the last 2 weeks over Santana. And it is that he is very real.
Yeah.
He does remind me of my true friends from the Bronx and stuff like that. Like I have some friends from the Bronx. I made a few of them when I moved to New York. I was up there for a bit. And there is this realness to him. There is the way he is in the crowd. And also the fact that I didn't give him credit when the tag team broke up that he would be able to be a single star. And I think I like being wrong. It goes back to me being a magician, and I loved being fooled when I was a magician by other magicians. I like when wrestling still fools me. I like when wrestling still throws me. I like when wrestling still catches me off guard. And I feel like I didn't think he was going to make it, and they caught me off guard. He did. I feel bad for saying that, but he's a much better single star than I thought he was going to be.
As soon as this match is over and Santana wins the belt, the next time we need to see Trick Williams is on the main roster.
Yeah.
This needs to be his exit from NXT. Like, if you're going to take the belt off him, it's time for him to get a bigger paycheck and go to the main roster. Like, nobody is as ready to, like, do their thing in front of a bigger crowd than Trick Williams. Hear me out.
Ethan Page.
Hear me out. Yes, but also Ethan Page could run NXT for a while longer. Yeah. I think he could be top dog, world NXT champion, like the guy until you get like more dudes.
Right.
More dudes down there. I think especially because if for a little bit, if you move Trick up, do Ricky and Ethan as kind of the top guys there for a minute, for a little bit. And I'm not even talking that long. Like by the end of the year, they should all be up there. by 2026, Trick Williams, Ethan Page, Ricky Saints should all be on the main roster in some
Right.
capacity. But I think like right now, Trick, you move. I think as soon as that belt's off him, because he's done everything in NXT. He's literally done every single thing they have there. So I think it's time. Like I think as soon as that belt's off him, he needs to go up to the main roster. You do Ricky and Ethan for a little bit as top dogs until they can figure out who the next big names are. I think Jasper Troy's got some real promise.
I didn't want to believe in any of the LFG people at first, but that Jasper Troy, there's something monstrous about him.
There's something genuine about him. When he cut that promo, like the last episode, when he was like asking for a match, I was like,
he moves and reminds me of Abyss in his young days.
That's a good call. I think the music really kind of presents him in a different way too, because he's got like metal music. And for a dude that doesn't look like he would have metal music.
Well, yeah, and he's carrying. I like the chains clinking and stuff like that. Quit, Sammy. But he reminded me a lot of Abyss because like he stands in one place and then explodes.
Yeah,
he stands in one place and then explodes. Like he's a big guy. You're amazed by his monstrosity.
That would make sense based on who one of the most popular producers there is right now.
Yeah, who is actually just been put in the game.
Is one of the biggest, most well-known producers. Whenever I see interviews, people are always talking about how he does good shit for them. And that's really cool because one time when I was bartending at the bar you and I worked at,
yes,
I had these two guys coming in. These two guys came in and ordered some drinks, and they said they were having a meeting, and I heard them talking about wrestling.
Yes.
And they told me that they were meeting with Abyss. And they had a meeting with him. I took a picture with him. He was one of the nicest fucking guys.
Right.
But that was just
so
really
humble
cool.
When he got to see himself in a game. And that was really cool, like, that they put him in the DLC of a WWE game when he never wrestled a WWE match. Like, what a cool way for them to show to respect to one of their producers, like, and to acknowledge an outside federation and to acknowledge a wrestler that wrestled during the Vince era and wasn't with them. Like, it just blows my mind.
If that character is going to exist in a video game series forever and ever and ever and ever, it should be theirs, where they're going to take good care of the character. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they'll ever bring Abyss back, but like, if some place is going to own the memory of Abyss, as much as he was a TNA guy, like, I'm glad it's WWE, because at least they'll make sure people remember Abyss in a good way.
Gotcha. Yeah. They nailed him too. Like, you see him, like, you could almost tell. Like, I that's what I love. Like, I watched his video, Julia's video, Vacor's video. There's something fun about seeing people see themselves in that role for the first time and like see their career or have that moment and watch somebody realize a dream and watch somebody realize a moment. Like, because Chris Park said, I never thought I'd be in a video game. I mean, that was past my...
Stephanie Vacor is my other, like, she's ready. Like,
she's already on the main roster.
But she's half and halving. Like,
no, she's not.
Isn't she on something this weekend for NXT?
Well, she showed up. All the women of WWE showed up in NXT. They're going to do the Battle Royal at Evolution. All the women. Okay. They had a women's wrestling summit. So she came back for the first time. She's officially Raw 100%. But they announced their 6 women that they're putting in from NXT, like Izzy Dame and Jada Parker, Lash Legend.
I was thinking about this the other day. Who would you move into WWE who's not in WWE right now? If you could snap your fingers and take a talent and put them in WWE, knowing it's already understood, they're going to get the machine. They're going to get the good treatment. They're going to get pushed. They're going to get everything good. Who would you take who's not there right now and go, here?
Who's not in WWE?
Yeah. Who do you love right now that you wish you could stick right in the middle of the marketing machine?
Can I choose what show to put them on to start?
Sure.
I would put Cara Noir on NXT.
Yeah, that makes sense.
100%. That would... I don't see Cara Noir being a direct to main roster talent, but goddamn, like that NXT crowd, if they hooked on to him and latched on to him,
Okay.
that could be a big one. It's that, or it's that. I'll tell you what. Like I've said it a few times. That man like Darius. There's something about that guy. I think he might be your next Progress World Champion, and I think sooner rather than later we see man like Darius on a bigger stage.
That's fair.
So yeah, you want to do a shot and?
Well, I want to say mine.
Oh yeah, no. Please tell me yours.
I have
Sorry.
a very specific one. I've already thought about this. Austin and Colton Gunn.
You know what? The Guns.
You
Austin's so much
again.
fun. Austin's so much fun right off the bat. Colton, I didn't believe in at first, and then all of a sudden,
he won me over.
Colton's the one with the athleticism. Even though Austin is very talented, Colton's the one technically with more of his dad's athleticism. Austin's got the talent and the talking. You're right. A new age Outlaws. Bring the Gun Boys over.
Literally,
because they would be so much fun.
Sean and like, hey, teach them how to be new, like do a new age outlaw-esque thing, and then move them up. And in fact, just like in the chat, you know what? Call them the Ass Boys.
Yeah.
Like, why not? Like, we're in this world. We're already in this part of wrestling where wrestling is like Ouroboros snake that has kind of started eating its own tail and is kind of moving back around itself. Like the LWO is a thing again. Like, sure, call them the Ass Boys, but make them like literally just do that. You could literally even have them like make your own version of the new age, the badass Billy Gunn, the Road Dog. Make your own version of that. Like, have them just do that gimmick, and it'll probably get over and be huge.
Right.
Them, and then also Shane Taylor.
Interesting.
I think Shane Taylor is Samoa Joe for people that didn't get to see Samoa Joe. Like, watch that dude right now if you want to watch Shane Taylor, a savage dude in his prime on the indie circuit banging.
I don't know if you've seen much NXT lately, but are you familiar with Wesley's boys, High Rise?
Yeah.
Put Shane Taylor with High Rise.
Put Shane Taylor against High Rise.
Or against, yeah.
Like, I think Shane Taylor, I think that he's been like a not a heel, but like a pusher motivator of kind of like groups for a while. I think he's the next place he goes. I'd love to see him just be like a hard-working like baby face in there to punch people in the mouth.
I heard this same thing that Bob in the chat is hearing. Danhausen at WWE.
No, I've seen that as well. I love it. I think it's a brilliant idea. I think it's
he's more of a
when I saw the
host and a character.
I disagree. When I saw it happen, when I saw that it was being talked about, my immediate thought, and the post I made, I'm getting the hand sanitizer out. The immediate thought that I had in the post that I made was finally. It's about goddamn time. Like, he's been doing his thing for so long. It's silly for them to not go, let's make the money off of this. Why are we letting this dude like make the money out there on his own, and not instead of us making it bigger and better and making the money off of it? Yes, he's going to be a wrestler, but I agree with you. You need like, he's the permanent host of Halloween Havoc.
Yeah.
Like,
that would be funny. That would be funny. That's perfect role. God damn, that's a perfect role.
And like, he's this every once in a while, just weird shit happens. And that's what it is. He curses people. Like, maybe that's why, like,
I want him to show up like a fucking pop-up character in every episode. Yeah. I want him to be in every scene.
Maybe they're backstage going, oh, we got to switch a belt tonight because somebody got hurt. Okay, let's do a segment where Danhausen curses them. And then, like,
imagine just Danhausen trying to curse the Wyatts and it doesn't work.
I was going to say, like, Danhausen walking up to Braun Breaker and just going, and then like Danhausen Braun just barks at him.
Yeah, right.
Like, in a company where they're focusing so much on properly creating characters, it makes sense to have that character in your roster. I agree. I am a genius. I am. I'm a wrestling genius. I am a
Not
wrestling
you.
knowledge
He's not talking about you. I'm removing it from the screen right now. Bob does not believe that about you.
I'm very smart at this.
We should do a shot.
We should. I'm going to get my bum back.
Well, if you've been following the last few weeks, I've only got one shot left.
I'm going to reach in the bum bag. You ready?
Uh-oh.
Tell me when to grab something.
Squeeze. Pull. Show. $99 peaches. I love peach.
99
I love
peaches. Let's find out.
Bob,
Let's find out what's going on.
20% wrestling smart.
No.
What the fuck are we doing here?
No.
By the way, let's real quick, just because
I'm a backstage Bob Backlund, baby. Don't come at me.
By the way, just because Bob is a pretty good follower of ours, Robert Smith, I will say this real quick. Happy 50th birthday to Bob in the chat. Happy birthday, buddy.
You're 50? Ah, that makes me feel better.
Oh, don't be a dick. You are a young piece of shit.
That makes it almost feel like it's my birthday.
You're
41.
a young piece of shit.
I'm 41. I'm not that young.
Yeah.
All right, but I have 99 peaches. Happy
99
birthday.
peaches. I have, if you've been following the show, you know I have one left of my Jim Beam series. And it's actually the one that I wanted to do first because it's my favorite tropical flavor.
All right.
Jim Beam
peach.
pineapple.
You've got pineapple. Let's crack these bad boys.
I bet that peach smells really good, though.
Let's find out.
I love peach.
Ooh, it's more 99 than peach. Ooh, they went light on the peach, heavy on the 99. I don't know. There was only one peach and 99 bottles of liquor. More.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
I was wrong. It wasn't good. No. Nope. Not happy. Give me a Mountain Dew.
Needs more peach. Oh, whew.
Oh, good.
I feel like my breath could catch on fire.
That wasn't pleasant. Yours needed more peach?
Yeah, I feel like my breath could catch on fire.
99.
Oh.
A long show. Thanks for those that stayed with us on Twitch.
DWH.com. We're both talking.
DWH.
Yeah.
That dude named Mike. That dude named Brendan.
At Two Dudes Wearing Hats on Instagram. This was a show.